Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly reroll, the show where we figure out what the hell has been happening on Twitch in terms of D&D shows this last week. Now, this last week we kind of had a shortage of shows. There was no Dicing with Death, and there was no Roleplay Solemn. So we're stuck with Misclicks, and we are stuck with Honorbound. So, without further ado, we are going to hop straight into Honorbound, and if you don't want any Honorbound spoilers from last night, you should not watch this next section. All right, Honorbound Redemption of the New Guard. Yesterday we played. We had a full table. Everyone was in their normal spots, although Ryan had a strange background behind him. Different part of the house, I guess. Not important. And we kind of finished. We finished up that castle. It takes 3 sessions to take that castle, apparently. And in the process, poor Theron died. I could go battle by battle and explain what happened, but the battles are pretty interesting, and I don't want to tell you where Theron died. Let's just say that we searched. There were some cool things going on. We found some other people. There was a bunch of combat. It was almost entirely a combat session. We kind of had to just fight our way tooth and nail all the way to the end. And then we defeated the big bad evil, which was a black dragon named something, 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 something. Also, with the death of Theron, a new character arrived very near the end of everything. The new character is, well, I guess Theron didn't die. Theron was turned to stone. Let's be honest. He was turned to stone by a Gorgon. Yeah, we might as well go into that detail. We ended up fighting a Gorgon. It turned Theron to stone as Theron killed it, basically. His last shot was a critical, which did a bunch of damage, which I don't remember exactly how it went down. But basically, Theron killed the Gorgon with his last shot and then turned to stone because the Gorgon's stone breath takes a couple of rounds to fully turn you to stone. The party just kind of abandoned Theron's corpse. They didn't take any of his magical gear off of him, which is legit because it's role-playing reasons not to take the magic gear. Meanwhile, the party then continued on. My new character showed up. I guess I'm spoiling where Theron died, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. My new character showed up, who is a rogue, a halfling rogue, a female halfling rogue, and she just basically kicked ass. There was a big dragon at the end, and I think one of her attacks on the dragon, which was like a critical, and then with all the backstab damage and with all the blah blah blahs, ended up doing like 40 damage to the dragon in one hit. Yes, my little 211, 30-pound halfling rogue with a rapier basically stabs the dragon all the way through its body and almost kills it. The rest of the party did some fantastic things. Ryan had this whole ghost thing going on. Martur raised a bunch of zombies from the dead, and the zombies really fucking helped out in a couple of battles. Yeah, it was a pretty epic session for combat. Overall, it was a pretty fucking epic session, and now we ended up with a pile of golden coins. And then once we actually go to count it out, the giant pile that the dragon was hiding inside of turns out to be 2,000 coins, which would fit a drawer of a cabinet. And you're like, really? The dragon was hiding in that? Don't worry. When we get to it next week, or actually not next week, the week after next, when we get back to Honorbound, we're gonna have to hack some treasure into here because there's no way 2,000 gold coins would hide a dragon. There's no way a dragon could hide in 2,000 gold coins. It's just impossible. So we're gonna deal with that when we come back later. Yeah, cool. So that is actually it for Honorbound. Next, we're gonna do Misclicks. So if you don't want any Misclick spoilers, look away. No, don't look away. Don't listen. Cover your ears, my friends. So, Misclicks D&D Demigods Edition. Well, the party left the swamp. Well, at first they searched everything. They found the mayor, who was the guy who was shackled up, the mayor of the town nearby, Kenson or whatever, and chatted with him. Arcus tried to break the chains, but couldn't break the damn chains, so he used his hand axes to break them. Broke both of his hand axes in the process, but got the mayor out. The whole party went back to another town and rested for a week. The whole party plus the 30-some survivors of this town, which was 800 people, so it's a small, maybe not 800, maybe 500. The town's pretty small now. Anyway, they rest up. Anna learns a bunch of new spells, or learns which spells she can learn. And they get to talking. They're like, there's clearly a link between this evil mage, this necromancer and General Ironsides, because there was definitely some mentions of each other. I mean, there was a mysterious note found on the guy that's written in a language that no one understands, but checking through what their languages and like using their knowledge of the world, they determine that it is some variant of Old Common or some offshoot of Old Common, a language that basically no one speaks anymore. So they went to go find a sage who could read it. And coming across the sage's like, all right, I can do this for you, but in exchange, I need you guys to go get me the Philosopher's Stone from the meteor site that, where the meteor crashed 6 months ago or whatever. And the party's like, oh, okay. All right, we can go get this. And there's a moment of distrust where the party's like, I don't know if I trust you. And he's like, you came to me. How can you not trust me when you sought me out? What the fuck? And the party's almost like, maybe he's gonna be. No, fuck it, fine. He's just an old man. It's cool. And then they leave. And that's kind of the wrapping up of Misclicks. This is a pretty short episode, I guess. It doesn't take too much to wrap up everything, but the Misclicks are on their way back to that crater, which is not too terribly far from where they are right now, and they're going to go try find the Philosopher's Stone. No, the Philosopher's Stone that is trapped there. Therein? Therein. That is trapped therein. Not therein, but therein. Cool. Good. And we will be doing Misclicks tomorrow. I will be doing it from a remote location because I will already be up where I'm getting married. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm getting married on Saturday, so haha, it's going to be fun. And that's it for the weekly reroll. If we stick around, we are going to do a section of cartography. It's going to be a shorter episode than normal, but if you stick around, we will have cartography in just a moment. So, see you guys there. Bye-bye.